Good morning, everyone. No birds this morning because I think that it has been raining, if I'm not mistaken, and it rained last night. This particular summer has been kind of weird in Hampton Roads. Usually it's just pretty hot in July and August with little rain, but it looks like we've been getting rain quite a bit and we're actually over our average. But I'm not complaining. As long as I have an umbrella, I'm good. You know, the Creator's going to do what the Creator's going to do when it's necessary. And if the Creator feels that we need rain in this region, then that's what we're going to get. So I just handle my business the best way I can, keep myself protected, keep myself hydrated, and just go throughout the day. This type of message right now came to me during the time that I was trying to wake up. And it seems like it got louder and louder until I said something. So I didn't want it to be bugging me all day long. Some of you are involved in relationships with a partner who really cares about you a whole lot. Majority of you probably have been involved in this relationship for a long time. And that person who loves and cares about you really wants to go to the next level, be it living together or getting married. But there are certain behaviors and habits that you have that's preventing that person from wanting to go any further with the relationship. And some of you don't even see it. And the thing is that the two of you probably ever have disagreements, but when you have disagreements, it's always about that one thing that you're doing or that one way that you're acting. You never have any blow-ups or disagreements about anything else. And lately, as time has been passing, maybe you reached another milestone, another 6 months together, another year together. Your partner is fine, but that one frustration that they have, you just refuse to address it because they've already expressed to you what it was. But you won't let it go. You know you're running the risk of losing that person forever. Yeah, I know some of you don't want to hear this because you don't want to think about the possibilities, but some of you are at the risk of losing that person forever. If you got somebody in your life, and I'm talking to the people who are happy and been with somebody, if you have somebody in your life that has been in your life through thick and thin and they love and care about you and you guys have made that commitment, you have no idea how blessed you are. Because there are a lot of us, myself included, that didn't have that luxury. There are a lot of us that haven't been married for 15, 20, 30 years. And the majority of that time, everything worked swimmingly for you. And I'm not saying this because I'm feeling sorry for myself. I'm simply stating a fact. The statistics are out there. The decision that I made to divorce, in hindsight, I look back at it and I wouldn't have made a decision any other way other than, considering the circumstances. So there's no regret in that regard. But there are a lot of people that are like me that look at people that are in situations like yours and we shake our heads because we're wondering, what the hell are you doing? You're running the risk of pushing that person away, throwing them away, and that person is absolutely crazy in love with you. But there's these one or two little habits that you probably did have when you got together. So don't get me wrong. I'm faulting the person who loves you for that because they're blinded by love and they probably saw these habits or behaviors before they decided to proceed with you. But see, they were under the impression that you would make adjustments because you made a commitment and decided to give some of your energy to them. And in some cases, some people do that. But in some cases, some people don't. I'm going to give a couple of examples of how you're gambling with your forever love. And I'm going to call it this, Gambling with Your Forever Love. That's the title of this. And I'm going to give you a couple of examples and let you know how people gamble and do this, and then I'm going to let you guys go for the day. First scenario is someone who has a habit. Okay, it could be drugs, it could be too much alcohol, too much smoking. Now, coming from a place of former addiction, I know what it feels like when your body craves a substance and you can't help yourself. But in this case, your habit is tearing up the household in ways that it doesn't have that much of a, but it doesn't have to be that way. You're letting it take over your home, you're letting it take over your relationship. And the number one ways you're doing it is that you're spending money that you can't afford to leave from that household on this substance just to fuel your addiction. Bills are falling behind because of your addiction. You know, the lifestyle that you had, the attention, the things that you're able to do for other people financially are suffering because of your addiction. And these people feel left out and they feel cheated. And the thing is that you've been coming up with excuse after excuse after excuse. You've been lying about where the money is going. You've been lying about the money that it's been coming in. You've been lying about the financial situation to these people in order to save face and keep these people in your life. But then on the other hand, this substance that you have, which was created or manufactured by people who don't give a damn about your financial situation at all, don't know anything about you, and probably living better than you are. But you're giving them your money. You're giving your money to people who provide you with a substance that you know that will hurt your body. You're giving money to people who are faceless in a lot of cases, don't know anything about you, don't care about you, and all they're doing is counting the money that you give them. You're giving your money to people who are living a better lifestyle than you because they have maybe tens, hundreds, thousands of people that are buying their substance every single day, and they're taking your money and they're living a lifestyle better than you, or a lifestyle that you could only dream about, and you're struggling. Make that make sense. And your partner is aware of it. Your partner is there hoping and praying that you will change your attitude, but you won't, because you've used this substance for so long that your body is literally dependent on it. They have to deal with your mood swings. They have to deal with your absence from family matters, because when you're not in the mood because you don't have this substance, you are a bother to everyone. You're ostracizing people who love you. You are hurting them. You are absent from their lives. I speak this truth because I live this truth. It doesn't go away until you stop using. Period. There's no way around it. Okay? But that's what you're doing. You're letting this substance interfere with everything. And you have a partner who is loves and crazy about you, and everything is just fine. And the only time that you have a nasty argument or a horrible disagreement with this person is about that substance that you're using. You won't let it go. If you're going to let something like that take precedence over your relationship and you're not going to do anything about it, leave the relationship and let that person give their love to someone else who is willing to return it back the right way. Just leave. Because you're not hurting anybody but the people who are around you who love you. Leave and go be with that thing or that substance and all the people who represent it. Because this person is in your life because they want to be loved, they want to be cherished, not part of the time, but all of the time. And you're not giving them that. Now, as I stated before, there's two to tango, okay? And if you are a person who loves this person, and this person had this habit, When you first got together and you fell in love with them anyway, you're gambling as well because you're assuming that your love was going to make them stop, and it didn't. And now you're frustrated because it didn't work. Now, this is something that was picked up along the way. That's a different story. Second scenario is someone who will not let the family stay out of their romantic lives. Now, I know I'm stepping on some toes with this, but I need to. These are people who let mama stay in their marriage. These are people who let daddy stay in their marriage. These are people who let sister, brother stay in their marriage. They are a constant. They are figuratively living in the house with you and your mate all the time because they know all your business. They up in your business. And these people who are knowing your business and up in your business are always needing something, and they expect a quick return right away. I'm not talking about people who chime in every now and then. I'm talking about people that are on a constant basis in your home, in your pockets, taking up your time. Time that you need to give building a relationship with your mate, working on your future, planning on your future. And I'm going to tell you, one of the reasons why they're doing this, and the main reason, and I addressed this in my video, 100 Shades of Green, they're jealous. They already know that resource or that thing that you're giving them they could get on their own, but they refuse to do it because they're jealous that you are giving your time to someone else and that there's a potential future and that person loves and cares for them in a way that they never loved and cared about you. I know this sounds harsh. And yes, I'm referring to somebody's mother. Yes, I'm referring to somebody's grandfather. Yes, excuse me, Spirit. Yes, I'm referring to someone's children, grown-ass children who need to get over it. And you know I have a sore spot about that. When you're grown, you're grown. Stop acting like a child. Your grown-ass cousin that you grew up with. Okay, you grew up together. That's great and that's wonderful. But have you noticed when these people turn around and they get into your business about things, these are the same things that they won't give you access to? They want to know about your financial situation, how much money you make, what you're doing, and who you're involved in. But if somebody else turn around and ask them the same thing, they fly off the handle and tell them how it's none of their fucking business. This is a tactic that they're using because they already know that you're heading in a direction they probably have never been. A lot of these people, especially relationship-wise, if they're trying to take up your time and they see that you have a promising relationship with someone else, not only are they jealous of that, they're jealous of the fact that you are getting something that they never had. Misery loves company. I know this happens a lot with children who have older parents who fail to prepare themselves for their futures, and now the older parents are at that age now. They didn't make any preparations to save for that age. So now they're at that age of retirement. They probably have some health issues, but it's not detrimental. They can still function. And instead of still accepting the fact that there's breath in their body and they still have a potential for living a fruitful life by doing for themselves, they lean hard on their children and they expect the children to take care of them before even having the discussion, before considering what that child has to go through. It's a given. That's what they're supposed to do, and unfortunately the child does it. But see, the partner's from the outside looking in, and the partner's trying really, really hard to respect that parent, but they can't because they know that that parent is manipulating their partner, and the only time that they have a disagreement or a fight or an argument is over that parent. Now, we know that the child can't throw the parent away, but you can set boundaries with your parents, believe it or not. I know people talk about parents setting boundaries with children, but you can set a boundary with your parent. This is your life. And the most ugly arguments that you've had was with your partner. Now, speaking to the partner again, if this was a situation that was present where that person was still tied to this person's apron strings when you met them, that was a gamble that you took. And assuming that your love was going to fix all that, that was a huge gamble. Because that was a situation that existed when you met. So these are two scenarios to give you an idea of how one thing can ruin an entire relationship. And it doesn't matter how many years you've been together. Until that one thing has been addressed so you can go to the next level, because right now your relationship is stagnant. Don't worry about it, because the relationship's going to fall apart eventually, because no changes have been made. So if you're the person that's guilty of this behavior or this habit, you got some serious thinking to do, because trust and believe there are people waiting in the wings to take your partner. You may not want to accept it. You may not want to think about it, but there is somebody, at least one somebody, who is waiting for you to do the ultimate thing so they can scoop that partner up. Trust and believe. I kind of hope this helps someone in their situation so they can keep what they have. With that being said, I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go. Peace.